Once, a long time ago, there was a poor and old widow. This widow lived with her two daughters on a barnyard. In her yard she had a dried-up ditch, in which she had a rooster named Chanticleer. His voice was very beautiful, and his crying was surer than a clock. He was the commander of 7 hens. With one of them he was in love. Her name was Berteloot. One night, when Chanticleer and the hens were sleeping on their perch, Chanticleer began to groan. Berteloot heard him and woke him up. "What's ailing you?" she asked. Chanticleer explained. "I dreamt I was walking in our yard when I saw a beast. It looked like a dog and it grabbed and killed me. He had an orange-colored fur, but the tips of his ears and tail were black and his snout was small. But what really terrified me was the look in his eyes. They radiated pure evil. That caused my groaning." "Oh, fool," Berteloot said. "Now you've lost my love, because I can't love a coward. How can you be such afraid of dreams? They are just illusions." "No, my dear Berteloot," Chanticleer replied. "Did you know that in many old books it is read that dreams are often predictions? I will tell you one of the stories that will confirm what I'm saying. Once upon a time, 2 fellows went up on a pilgrimage. Finally they reached a town, but there was a lack of shelter. So they decided that for the night they would part company, and each of them sought his own hostel. One of them took his lodging inside a stall in a barnyard with oxen of the plough. The other one found a room in a hostel. That night this man dreamt that his friend was talking to him. He said, "Tonight I will be murdered in an ox's stall. Brother, come and help me or I'll die." With fright the man woke, but once awake he was not convinced by his dream. So he went back to sleep. He had 2 more dreams about his friend, and in the 3rd dream his friend said, "I'm slain. When you wake up, go to the west gate of the town, and in a cart that's full of manure you will find my hidden body." At the break of day the man went to his friend's lodging place, but his friend wasn't there. So he went to the west gate to wait for his friend to come, and there he saw a cart heading out to dung some land, and in that cart, you guessed it, he found his dead friend. In short, Berteloot, a dream can mean a warning of things yet to happen. "Oh, fool," she said, "stories aren't always true. Just like dreams, they are fantasy." And with these few words she convinced him that she was right. Chanticleer flew down from the perch, for it was day. He looked up to the brightly shining sun. He knew it was 9 o'clock, so he crew. When he opened his eyes, he caught sight of a fox in a grove. "Don't be afraid of me. I'm your friend," the fox said. "You have a beautiful voice. Can you please sing for me?" Chanticleer was flattered by the fox, and with his eyes closed he began to crow. At that moment the fox took his chance, jumped out of the grove, grabbed Chanticleer by the throat and ran into the forest. The hens cackled and so they warned the widow, and she began to chase the fox. Chanticleer was scared, but he had an idea. He said to the fox, "Mr. Fox, if I were you, I would turn around and tell your chaser, 'Go back, this is my rooster.'" "That's a good idea," the fox replied, but as he spoke these words, he gave Chanticleer the chance to fly and settle up in the nearest tree. The fox looked up and said, "Oh, Chanticleer, I'm sorry. I say no harm was meant. If you come down, I will tell you my real intention." Chanticleer replied, "I would really be stupid if I would let you fool me more than once." And so Chanticleer escaped from the sly fox, and he lived happily ever after.